Okay. Cool. So, welcome everybody back again. I was doing a live on what if receiving is not rocket science, and there's somebody who was calling me, so which is why the live was interrupted twice and then people couldn't hear me. So I'm back again. So talk about receiving and people get interesting. So alright, so take 2 moments right now. Alright, just take a moment and look at that concept of receiving. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, please go back and watch the first receiving video that I just did before this. Okay, this is like a continuation of that video, and now I'm actually going to take you guys through a little bit of an exercise to know what I mean. Okay, because I have a class coming up which is receiving is not rocket science. It's going to be 7 days of deep energy pulls, and let me tell you the reason why I want to do this. I was talking to a dear friend of mine, and somebody who is a facilitator as well, and she's awesome, and we were talking about it, and I was like, hey, can you receive more, a little more, like stop thinking about it, because she's thinking about it. Okay, so we were talking about something and how to get out of it. We were actually talking about how to acknowledge what changes and everything that we've chosen. Alright, so look at your lives right now and look at how much you've changed. Look at how much you've chosen. Look at the times when you were stuck in a funky situation and you've changed it. Look at yourself from, especially those who've been doing some of this work, look at yourselves 5 years back and look at yourselves right now. And what we were talking about is the amount of change we've gone through, but we keep putting our attention on the things that we still haven't accomplished, we still haven't gotten. You know, I know we would like to have more and ask for more, and that's great. But what was happening is, it wasn't what we were asking for as the future seemed almost hazy, like I don't know what is going on. And the main reason, as we were talking about it, is because we hadn't acknowledged everything that we've changed and created right now. Okay, so that acknowledgement and acknowledging what you have done, acknowledging what we've achieved, acknowledging what we've chosen so far is the first step to receiving. However, this concept of acknowledging becomes very difficult for a lot of us because it feels like, oh, we're not being humble, or maybe, you know, if I start tooting my horn everywhere, then I'll become complacent, or maybe I'm just lying to myself, and all of these things, which stops us from actually going beyond and receiving more, receiving the future that we've really been asking for, right? So the first step, and receiving is not rocket science, the first step is to start acknowledging everything that you've chosen right now. Start acknowledging how different you are. Start acknowledging that you're actually watching a live where I'm talking about receiving on Instagram Live. Okay, that's weird. So take 2 moments right now and receive the changes that you have made. Look at how far you've come. Look at how far you've come, and especially all the people here right now. I know a lot of y'all have been doing a lot of work on yourselves and really like asking bigger questions and really looking at those funky areas and really becoming uncomfortable and, you know, doing the work that's required. But now, so the first step to receiving is acknowledging. Hi, good evening. You be magic. So that's how this class came about, and as we were talking about her, just acknowledging what she's changed and how much she's creating was becoming extremely difficult, and she was trying to figure it out. She's going into her head, etc., etc. I don't know how to do this, and she kept asking, how do I do this? How do I receive more? And there is no how, there is just receiving. And so I took her through a little bit of a relaxation and a little bit of a pull, the energy pull, and within 5-10 minutes the how changed from, oh, this is what it is, oh, okay, cool, I can receive more. In fact, can you please take a class, because I want to attend more of this. So that's how this class has come up. It's it's this, it's receiving each other, it's starting with acknowledging. Okay, so if you find yourself in a place where you've done a lot of work with yourself, and now you're like kind of stepping into a place where it's becoming a little boring, or it's becoming a little forced, or it's becoming like, I don't know what I'm doing. What if it's because you've not acknowledged everything that you've changed so far, that makes the futures that you've actualized not available to you when they're actually available and they're there. Okay, so this has become a little bit of a more advanced live. For those who have never done access, please watch the live before this, and you'll know what receiving is, and you'll come to know, because this class is going to be open for everybody, those who've done access and not done access. Okay, so for those of us who've done access, okay, for a while, or any other work, if you've reached a place where you're not sure of what is going to happen, or you've become bored, or you're like, I don't know, like I know there's more, but it's not showing up, you want to start with where you've not fully acknowledged the changes you've created right now, which has actually opened up the futures that you've been asking for. But since you've not acknowledged it, those futures that have opened up, which are there, can't come here to you because you're not acknowledging. Alright, so you have to acknowledge here, right now, what has changed, what have you accomplished, what have you chosen that is so different and so much greater. Okay, so that this future becomes available to you, so that there is more energetic clarity of what you would like to create as your life and living now, 20 years from now. Okay, and so that is what it is. Acknowledging is your first step to receiving. It's not rocket science, it's these things. Alright, so if you are one of these people, and you are finding yourself, maybe this class will help, because it's going to be 7 days of deep receiving. It's going to be 7 days of me taking you guys through some of these clearings. We'll be looking at some questions and things like that, and then it's just going to be you sleeping or relaxing, and my taking you through these exercises. Okay, so that after 7 days, imagine the world. Imagine what will become available to you. Alright? I'm looking at big. I'm looking at what you've actually been asking for. It's not that it doesn't exist. The reason it's slowed down is because you're not acknowledging right now what you have changed. Yes, Komal is joining. Okay. Thank you, Komal. Alright, so, well, I was wondering why there were these. So, this is a little more of an advanced sort of a live. The other one would be a live with people who've not done access, but maybe this is something that's also relevant to y'all. What have you been asking for? And is now the time to receive it. It's now the time to know what receiving is for you. Okay? Receiving for all of us is different, but there is no how. There are no steps. It is just what it is. Okay? So I'm going to do my best to take you guys through those pulls, through those things, so that after 7 days you actually have everything you've been asking for available to you to create in the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and it doesn't seem hazy, and it doesn't seem distant, and it doesn't seem like it's not actually possible. Alright, so this is my invitation to you guys. We begin on the 23rd, every day for about an hour, 7 p.m. India time. You can join in from wherever. It's online. What can you receive now? What can you acknowledge about yourself today, so that you can actually start deeply receiving everything the universe has to offer and to gift to you. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Bye bye.